Not all becoming the South, though.
That's fair.
Because less than 2 months ago, Colorado uh, enshrined the right to abortion in the state constitution,
That's fair. There.
which so it's not like abortion care is no longer federally protected, but it is protected at the state level in many
Okay,
northern
and
states.
see okay. That's the other thing, and I will say that is a weird glimmer. It's a glimmer of hope, and it's a double-edged sword. I don't want to say glimmer of hope. It's a double-edged sword
Yeah.
because a lot of the things with everything is being handed down by the Supreme Court. It's
Mhm.
the losing of federal protection, constitutional protection. Not even saying
Yeah.
federal. I like to point that
Yeah.
out. Not just
Yeah.
federal
Yeah.
protections. It's not federal protections. It's constitutional protections.
Yeah.
When things become constitutionally unprotected, those powers revert to the states.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of the problem goes because a lot of these state governments have been so um, entrenched in conservative far right values for so long. But also on the flip side, other states are doing the opposite.
Hmm.
They are passing protections. And honest, and I mean, it's not going to happen because our federal government is a complicit piece of shit government,
Hmm.
and that's on both. That's on both sides. Like it's a complicit
Yeah.
piece of shit government. The 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 Congress and the president can pass laws to federally protect the right of abortion. They can do that.
Hmm.
Just like they can pass laws to regulate guns. They have the power to do so. The Supreme Court did not take that power away. They just said that those powers aren't in the Constitution.
Uh, the Second Amendment one specifically says that states are violating the Constitution by restricting guns.
And okay, so that is which that okay, so that doesn't make sense. That ruling itself doesn't make sense. And I'll tell you why. Because again, the Constitution is a federal document, not a state document.
Yeah.
Like you can say states cannot violate the Constitution, but they can regulate. So that doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, and also I don't want to go like constitutional originalism is stupid. Dumbest fucking thing in the, ever. Like that's something that in the writings of the people who wrote the Constitution, most of them recognized as a document that needed change.
Hmm.
That's why the option of amendments was written into it in the first place. It was supposed to be an ever-changing document.
Yeah.
The very fact that almost all of these rulings have all had their basis in originalism, that Constitution says X or doesn't say X and it remains unchanged and we shouldn't change it. It's a it is against the concept of the document in the first fucking place.
Yeah.
Like the Bill of Rights exists a set of amendments, of changes. Motherfuckers. But we shouldn't change it. If it's not in the Constitution, we can't do it. Well, if that's the case, let's wipe everything. Let's wipe everything. Everything that says amendment. Right? We have to.
Yeah.
We have to wipe everything that says amendment, including
All of
all
them.
of them, because they're changes. It's not in the original document. That's what amendment means. It's fucking stupid. I also hate judges. And I have as someone who works in the legal profession, I hate judges. Because judges don't actually care about what the law says. They're supposed to uphold the law. They don't care about what the law says. They rule based on how they feel personally.
Mm-hmm.
And a judge will not tell you this. A judge will say they're upholding the law. They're upholding the black letter. Bullshit.
And they're absolutely objective.
They're absolutely objective. First of all, I even hate the idea of that law is objective. Because it's not.
Nothing created by man can be purely objective.
Exactly. That's one thing. I get in the fights with people constantly in law school. It's like we have to remain objective. Nothing is objective.
Good fucking luck.
Nothing is not, like, there's nothing that is not reliant upon the circumstances in which it happened. Nothing. But the idea that the law is fucking bullshit. Like I said, judges especially, they don't give a damn about the law. They are the law. And when something comes across their board and they don't like it or they like it, they're gonna make their decision upon that. And they're usually a bunch, especially higher level judges, they're a bunch of really old people.
Yeah.
Also, one more controversial statement. The pics of, I also see a lot of people going, if Ruth Bader Ginsburg would have still been alive, we wouldn't have this problem. If Ruth Bader Ginsburg would have retired when she should have, we wouldn't have this problem.
Mm-hmm.
If any of these people would have, the older people on the court would have retired when they should have, we wouldn't have this problem. But in reality, they do not care about you. They do not care about even the good ones. I'm sorry you have to hear this from me. They do not care about you or the American public. They care about their legacy. That's what the Supreme Court judges are about. They're about their legacy. They're about the impact they're going to make on law. They want their names in the books. They want to say they be able to do a thing. And so they're going to hold on to power as much as they can, as long as they can. It's not about you. Hell, most of the things that any politician does ain't about you. They don't give a shit about you. Conservative,
about money and power.
Right. Conservative, liberal, whatever. They don't care about you. There was, I love AC, right? But something she said today, a particular line about it got off with me. We're just like, I ain't for it. It was said we can still be soft as a good thing. As in, we can still be peaceful and moralistic. Going back to that, draw the line of the people who want to make a better change in the world have to make it softly. They pass that line every fucking time. Anytime something happens, just go, we have to do it the right way. We have to be soft. As Michelle Obama says, they go low, we go high. One of the main reasons they're as strong as they are is because they go fucking low. There is no low that they will not stoop to. Whether it's fear, it's intimidation, it's manipulation. This is not a moral fucking game. Stop trying to play it like it's a moral game. This is a game for people's lives. And that's more important than your fucking concept of morality, of being peaceful. I'm sorry. You have to hear that. But just because you can go home and feel like you got the moral high ground, don't change what's happening to other people's lives. It's
Yeah.
not going to save the people who are going to die in childbirth. It's not going to keep police from killing people. It's not going to stop the bullets in the guns that are murdering children. Your moral high ground is not going to save shit. So you go and go, let's be soft. Let's do things the right way. What the fuck is that gonna change? Because we've been doing things the right way for a mighty long time. You see how that turned out.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a preacher.
You missed your calling, Keem.
Now they kicked me out of church. I'm I'm sitting here not preaching peace, and that's not. Jesus was peaceful. No, he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
He was not.
Jesus was a smartass, is what he was.
So this has a little bit to do with what we're talking about, but not. But I found something interesting about Jesus recently. And this didn't come to me, but context changes everything. All the disciples were fucking young, like adults and teenagers. Because to be an apostle, you had to be young, like under the age of 30. Because Jesus was a rabbi. So, like, that puts a lot of different context on a lot of stuff. Like, also knowing that Jesus was not peaceful. Jesus told his apostles to carry their swords.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus drank a lot.
I mean, everybody
Right.
drank a lot.
Like,
because the water was unsafe to drink. So you drank stuff that
right.
was safe.
Jesus walked into the temple and fucked people up. The picture you get with context becomes a lot different. Jesus wasn't this dude sitting there with like kids all around him and it's gonna be peaceful. Jesus was a dude with a bunch of young rambunctious motherfuckers going into places and fucking shit up.
You know the social context of turning the other cheek.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right?
It was hit me again. I dare you.
Hit me again so I can kick your ass and be justified.
But even that teaching of Jesus as that's a pretty modern thing.
Yeah.
And that also stems from white supremacy. Because that tells people, especially who are in the United States overwhelmingly Christian, that it is not in God's view for them to be rebellious. It is in God's view for them to be docile, to be peaceful, and that is what God intends. If you fight back, you are not of God.
Mm-hmm.
Even your religion isn't what you think it is. Because your religion, American white Christianity especially, even American black Christianity especially, in its current form, evolved in the past 100 years. This shit's new.
Yeah.
I know, it's new. You think your practices are as old as time itself. No, it's new. The interpretations you have are new. and they exist for specific reasons, and that